Hello, my MFA 608 students. Welcome to week one. Do we call it week or module one? Whatever it is. It's one. Yes. And so this video is designed to show you how and what we're going to be doing for this module. So each week or each module, I will have a video that kind of walks you through step by step what you need to do, how to approach it. And so a lot of students, they are like, oh, they go to do the module and they're like, I don't know what to do. So they'll email the professor. Well, that's great, and I'm happy to help. However, I try to do I cover a lot of stuff in these videos, so because I may not be able to respond to you within 24 hours. Well, I will respond to you within 24 hours, but you may not have to wait for 24 hours because often the answers are going to be found here. So we're going to go ahead and get right to the point. So if we scroll down on this main page, this is where you land. I would go through the start here thing. I'm not going to spend time on that in this video, but go through the start here. It's the basic stuff. If you've taken the class at Southern New Hampshire before, you're familiar with this. It's got some basic information. Again, this video, the main purpose of it is to focus on the how and what we're doing for Module 1. So we're going to go ahead and click on Module 1. Okay, and then we'll do that. Boop, and we go over here to Module 1. Now also note, another way to get to the module is you can click on Course Menu, Learning Modules, and then select which module you want, which is Module 1. You can also see them over here. All right, so there you go. Now, you will not see the facilitation notes. That's just for me as the instructor, so don't worry about that. You won't see it. So we're just going to kind of go through this step by step. You'll be fine. So again, the way that Southern New Hampshire sets up their classes, it's very straightforward. There's you just kind of work through it step by step, and then as you go through it, kind of check stuff off. And I've made sure that all the links work and everything in this module, so we're in good shape there. So let's go ahead and click on the learning objectives. So for Module 1, the learning objectives basically discuss how approach to revision will inform helping others. Okay, well, how are we going to do that? You'll see. And examine resources on revising to support editing and coaching. So that's the main goals that we're going to be working on. And we'll show you how we're going to be doing that next. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the next thing. Look, we got one thing done already. So the overview of the module. I'm going to go ahead and let you read this. I'm not going to read this to you because, frankly, that'll put you to sleep. And it's a good idea for you to read this and kind of internalize it. But basically, the idea here is that revising is part of the editing process. It's also part of the writing process. It really is. Okay? When authors develop a story, they write, revise, edit, and then gather feedback. So that's some very important parts. Some excellent points in here. And keep in mind that creative writing, it's how do I say it? It's a non-perfect science. I mean, you're going to have authors and, really established authors disagree on what you should use and what you shouldn't use. And you really need to figure out who your audience is, what your style is, what your genre is, and what really fits best for you. So, kind of keep that in mind as we go through this class. So go ahead and read through this. There's some excellent information here. And if you haven't read On Writing by Stephen King, even if you're not a fan of Stephen King, this is an excellent memoir. I learned a lot from that, and I still use that to this day. All right, let's move on to the next thing that we get to do. The module at a glance. So basically, this is kind of like the highlights of what you get to do. Okay, what am I doing? Okay. Well, first of all, review the module resources, which we'll be getting to. Okay, so it says begin reading the language of fiction. So what you're going to do in order to read this first little section is when you click on this link, it takes you to this page right here. Okay, this is your ebook, Language of Fiction, but it says, okay, what am I supposed to do here? I'm supposed to read part 1. Where's part 1? Well, if you go over here, if you click on Table of Contents, it'll take you down here to the Table of Contents. You can also just kind of scroll down, and there is part 1. Okay, and it's stylistic decision. So you can kind of see. Then you just kind of click on these, and then it'll pull up the next part. So that's how you access that. So read through this to kind of give an idea of the elements that we're going to be focusing on and learning on, okay? And we'll talk about how we're going to be doing the discussions and stuff like that next. So that's just at a glance, but I wanted to show you how you actually access the textbook and how you get to that part 1. So we've done that. All right, moving on. Okay, readings and resources. Again, that same thing, the language of fiction writers. I just showed you where that was. There's some excellent, again, these things right here. I'm going to let you kind of go through these. Pull these up and look at them. These are just some excellent sources to kind of help you get in the mindset of what we're going to be doing. One important thing is track changes in Word. If you are not familiar with this, if you're not, I would strongly encourage you to use Microsoft Word when writing. because track changes seems to be that's the equivalent of the old red pen that you would you turn a paper in and the teacher would mark it up with red pen. Track changes has done that, and actually your first assignment for this class, they want you to use this. So if you have not gotten Microsoft Word, and you can actually just if you haven't done it already, you can actually Google Microsoft Word for free for a student, and if you use your student email address, you should be able to get it for free. So I'm just saying. But this shows you the track changes, what that feature is, and how to use it. So I'll strongly encourage you. I use this both professionally and as a teacher, and in my own writing and stuff like this. So something to be aware of. So there's our readings and resources. Okay. What else we got going on here? Okay, before we get started, well, wait a minute. Haven't we started? Well, kind of, sort of. Okay. Before you start the activities in the module, make sure you review the required resources, which we kind of did. And again, can I tell that you've gone in and read those things? Not necessarily. Is there a quiz? No. But again, you are taking this class, and the effort you put into it will be, that's what you'll get out of it. So if you kind of just skip over things and kind of just do the bare minimum, well, that's basically your experience. So you're paying to be here and to learn. So you're making this investment in yourself. Take the time and do what you're here. You're not just here for a grade. You're here to learn and stuff that you're going to be applying. So the more time and effort you put into this, the better off you'll be. Okay, so some announcements this week and additional sources or lessons. So yes, we have an additional lesson that they want us to do, and that will be posted in the discussion board. And I don't know if that's the next thing that's on the list, but let's take a look. It's not. There's an optional lesson. Okay, so yeah, discussion 1.2. So we're going to do an optional one first. Okay, so if I go to course menu, I haven't posted it yet. And if you go to discussions, you'll see there is the getting started video, which will something you should be doing. In the getting started video, so basically what we've done is basically ask you to post a video and answer kind of these questions. And I've done that. So if you just click on this link right here, you can see there is my post, and it's a video. Now, if you haven't been using the video feature that is done in Brightspace, please use it. It is a huge help. Please don't use your own video recording software and then try to upload files, because honestly, it's just an extra step you don't need to take. So if you're not familiar with how to do this, when it's your turn to create a thread, click on Start a New Thread. Now, some people don't like to speak, and you have to give yourself a title here, whatever. But they really encourage us at Southern New Hampshire here to use video, because it really does help us interact more and stuff like that. So what you're going to do is click on this Insert Stuff thing right here, and you'll click on Video Note. Better sit up so you can be able to see me. And then it'll pull up this thing, and hey, there I am. Hello. And then you would just, well, you can't see it. You'd hit New Recording, and you'll have up to 3 minutes to make a recording. So there's that. So that's how you would actually then answer those questions. I'm going to click out of this because we don't need to be seeing me right now. All right. But then you would answer these questions right there. And that it would be your getting started post. Okay. In addition, under discussions, there is going to be an optional basic post under getting started. And it will be, you'll see. It's basically a checklist. Where you're going to, kind of make a list of the things that you notice that as a writer that you're going to be doing, and you'll see. I'll post a little video in that explaining how that works. So make sure you check the getting started and the general questions posts, because there's going to be stuff in both of those. All right, so let's go back to Module 1. Again, if you ever get stuck, you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do next? Just go back to the module and see where you left off. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to before you get started. Okay, we talked about that, yes. And then again, the instructors' announcements, additional resources. Again, look for that under course menu, under discussions, and under general things. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be what? It's going to be fine. Alrighty. Now here's your first real deliverable, as it were. Okay, so you're going to do a post. Now this is a kind of a two-part thing. You're going to be submitting a completed first draft of your work. Okay, something. No, not the whole shoot match. No more than anything that's the 5 pages. So find 5 pages of completed work. It's a short story, something that you're working on for your thesis, blog post, something. Nothing more than 5 pages. And basically what you're going to do is two things. You're going to submit a draft to the discussion board, and I'll show you how to use that, with your own edits using track changes. Remember how I told you about using track changes? Well, again, how do you do that? You got to learn. Click on this. That'll take you there. So you're actually going to show us how you would make your own edits. After you've read it, now you get a chance to go back and look at your work, and you're going to post the edits that you think that you would do. Okay? That's what the first thing. And then you're going to save that file, and then you're going to submit it. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And then in the discussion board, because the discussion boards, we love videos, you are going to answer the following in a video. Okay, and that video, again, is what I just showed you, doing that video note. You're going to respond to those questions. Okay? And just to kind of show you how that's done, you'd hit Start a New Thread. Again, you'd give it, a topic. Okay? And you'd click on Add Attachment. So this is where you're going to upload that file, where if you've taken that 5 pages or so, no more than 5 pages, and you're going to leave notes on editing. You're going to self-edit your stuff and leave some things that you're going to do. And we're just practicing now. We're just doing that. And then you're going to answer these questions right here. So after you get done that, you'd post it. Actually, you'd upload it and then say, okay, we've uploaded it. Don't post it until you've created the video. And then you'd go here and you'd, again, click on Video Note to create a video where you are going to be answering those questions right there. All right? And then this is the rubric. Basically, the discussion rubric breaks down how you are graded, because this is class and we have to grade it. Basically, as long as you posted what you're supposed to post, and I can understand what's going on, then you earn full points. So there's that. Okay, so that's the first deliverable. Second one is 1.3, class resources. We're going to create kind of our own wiki. Yay, wiki. Where we're going to be posting material you're going to find and add to help with us, finding sources that will help us improve our editing and stuff like that. And that is found under 1.3. And I've actually created one. Well, it's not really directly related super much to editing as much as I needed a place to show you how to do MLA formatting. So if you click on this link here, I posted 3 videos. This shows you how to format a paper in MLA style step by step. This shows you how to set up a works cited page step by step, and this shows you how to do end text citations. So I am kind of a stickler on MLA formatting, and that's a requirement for this course. So make sure you're like, I've never done it before. Well, just watch this video. It walks it through step by step. So what you're going to do for this actual deliverable is you're going to find something. If you just kind of read through this, you're going to make a post and say, hey, here's some really cool information that I found on whatever, okay, you think that's going to be beneficial to the class. And you're just going to post that information. And again, if you look at the rubric, it explains exactly how you're going to get graded on this particular thing. And again, this is something we're going to be working on for the course of the semester, which we will then grade, as it says, graded in Module 10. So we're going to be adding on that and working on that throughout the course of the semester. All right, what's next? The final project. So this is where I tell you, ask you the question, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer, of course, is 1 bite at a time. But we should still have the idea that we need to eat an elephant when we're done. So it says review the final guideline and rubric. Okay, so there is a final video, there is a final project for this course. And so just to kind of get a sense of what that is all about, go ahead and get an overview. Okay, now this can be extremely intimidating because you're like, oh my gosh, look at all this work I have to do. Oh, what in the world? You know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, because each module we're going to do part of this, and we're going to be able to pull stuff from each module. And by the time we get ready to do this final project, we'll be ready for it. It's going to be okay. So just come in, do things step by step. I'll walk you through it. You ask questions, we'll be good. Okay, and remember, stuff will be in MLA formatting. So yeah, so don't get too overly intimidated by that. So as a review, and I think that's it for Module 1. If I click this, we should take us to Module 2. Yeah, Module 2. So we'll go back to Module 1. So there's just a few deliverables. They're in basically the discussion boards. So make sure you kind of just go through these lists and you post the stuff in the discussion boards. And if you just follow through this step by step, you will be fine. And I know you all can do it. This first week is just kind of getting the hang of things. Please email me if you have questions, and I will be happy to help. All right, let's have a fantastic semester. We can do this.